how to finish a piece, how to cut the sound. Okay, let's start from very basic situations, okay? So let's say that we have one final note on the downbeat, main downbeat, and let's say that if we are if we have a tempo of 4 quarters, and let's say that the final note is very short, so it's like 1/8, a quaver, okay? So what are we going to do? We are simply having a downwards gesture, just stopping there. The short note is played and it stops. We can go like this. Pom, pom, and it's over, without any movement. Pom, short. Let's say that this short note is now on the second beat. So instead of having a male ending, like musicians say, we have a female ending with a rebounding from 1 to 2. It's almost the same. Tim, pom, pom. Of course, we can always help with a left hand kind of closing gesture, a little bit like this, or even outside, like this. But basically, we just show that we go 1, puff. That's it. Let's say now the short note, always the quaver, on the third beat. So how it goes? It goes like pom, pom, pom. Very simple, down, and if you want to help with the left. On the fourth beat in this case, I suggest not to close with this short note going upwards, because it's a little bit easy to misunderstand, and maybe you do like this and someone is thinking that something is following, and so up and then down again, maybe they play a note. It can be misunderstood. So better going in the central position with a simple gesture and close. Tim, pim, pam, poof, and it's over. But let's say now that these same notes, final notes, are not short like a quaver, but they are just a full movement duration, so just 1/4, okay, a crotchet. So how can we do that? Well, to be sure that the orchestra is playing the full duration of the note, we have to basically conduct the whole note without stopping, without cutting it too soon, and then closing with basically with a round movement like this, with the left hand also like this, closing in the beginning of the next beat. So again, we have a male ending on the first beat with a full length note, with a 1/4, 1 crotchet on the first beat. It goes like this. Pom, pom. So the 1 is fully conducted, and at the beginning of the second, I close it. Pom. So the sound is really of the right duration. Otherwise, maybe someone is finishing too soon. On the second beat, the female ending, same. I have to conduct the 2 and close at the beginning of the third. Pim, pum, pum. 1, 2, close. And the third movement, same. Pom, pom, pom. 3, close. And when it goes to the fourth movement, pim, pim, pom, pom, and closing in the central position. But what if, a very common ending, I have a long note, and at a certain point, I have to cut that note. Maybe it could be also a note with a fermata, with a bird's eye on it, and I have to cut. So how can I do that? Basically 2 ways. One, I show the long note, the fermata, whatever, and then at a certain point, with a downwards movement, okay, I can just cut it. okay? I can do pom like this, and I just say cut, okay? Normal, average way to do it. Or I can ask to cut it in a very accented and strong way. Okay? So I just need a very sharp movement. I can just go down like this, or I can just hitting the spot with the accent, pum, and cutting immediately the sound. But I can also want to have a very soft ending of that note. I want the strings to finish it very gently at the tip of the bow, or the wind instrument just letting it go almost naturally, almost letting it sound in the air, okay, without a real cut. So in this case, it's very useful to close it upwards, because the suggestion is just letting it go very softly. So I can go po, and it's really soft, and it really gives the opportunity to the musician to see that you really want it so gentle, okay? And a final case that I can imagine, when you have, in the very last bar, in the very last event of music, is 2 or even 3 very fast and repeated notes, like ta-tam, okay, or ta-ta-tam, like this. What should I do? Shall I somehow show the subdivision, ta-tam, or ti-ti-tam, or something like that? Absolutely no. It's really wrong, and it possibly make the player, it really makes the player, I mean, a little lost when they see something like that, a strange fast movement like that. They maybe react in absolutely unexpected and wrong ways. So just one single movement on the main beat, and the other notes are just following naturally. Let's say pom, pa-pam, or even tim, pa-pa-pam. Just one single gesture, and the other notes are following.